Hello friends and welcome to our channel Gyani Medico. Learning today for a better tomorrow. If you are new to my channel, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for the latest channel updates. So let's start the video. In the previous video, we have covered the various divisions of anatomy. Kindly check it out, the link is given in the description below. In this video, we are going to study about the human skeleton. Skeleton include bones and cartilages. It is the main supportive framework of our body and primarily designed for the effective production of the movements by the attached muscles. Now, we are going to study what are bones, what are its different functions, and what are the divisions of skeletal system. First, bone. The Greek synonym is osteon. Bone is the 1/3 connective tissue. It is impregnated with the calcium salt which makes the remaining 2/3 part. The inorganic calcium salt, mainly calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate and the traces of some other salt make it rigid and strong, which can afford the resistance to the compressive forces of the weight bearing and the impact forces of the jumping. Similarly, the organic connective tissue, that is collagen fibers, make bone strong and flexible, which can afford the resistance to the tensile forces. The inorganic calcium salt is calcium hydroxyapatite. The inorganic calcium salt is calcium hydroxyapatite. Its formula is this. If it is separated by putting the bone into the acid, then it becomes flexible and can be tied as a knot. The organic tissue, if it is separated from the bone by burning, then the bone will crumple into the small pieces. Despite of its hardness, rigidity and the high calcium content, the bone is highly living tissue. It is highly vascular. It has the greater regeneration power than any other tissue of our body except blood. It can mold itself according to the stress and strain it bears. Now, we are going to see some functions of bone. Number 1. Shape and support. The bones provide shape and support to our body and they can also resist to some of the stresses also. Second, surface for the attachment. The bones provide the surface for the attachment of muscles, ligament as well as tendons. Third, act as a levers. The bone acts as a levers for the muscular actions. Fourth, protection. The skull protects our brain. The vertebral column protects our spinal cord and the thoracic cage, it protects our thoracic as well as some abdominal viscera also. Next is storage function. Bone stores 97% of body calcium and phosphorus. Hemopoietic function. Bone contains bone marrow and the bone marrow, it produces the red blood cells, that is the erythrocyte. This is the hemopoietic function. Next is immune function. The bone marrow contains reticuloendothelial cells and these cells are phagocytic in function. These cells takes place in the part of immune response of our body. So these are some of the functions of the bone. Now we are going to see the division of the skeletal system. Skeletal system. Skeletal system is divided mainly into two parts: axial skeletal system and the appendicular skeletal system. Axial system consists of 80 bones and the appendicular system consists of 126 bones. So 80 plus 126, total 206 bones. There are typically 270 bones in an human infant, which fuses to form 206 in the human adult. First, we will see broad classification and then we will see the details. Number one is axial. Axial skeletal system, it consists of 80 bones. Now see the distribution. Axial skeletal system, it consists of skull, which contains 22 bones. Hyoid, 1 bone. Auditory ossicles, 3 in each ear, malleus, incus and stapes. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Thorax, 25 bones. And last, vertebral column, which contains 26 vertebrae. Axial skeletal system contains skull, hyoid, auditory ossicle, thorax and vertebral column. Again, skull includes cranial bones. Cranial bones are 8 in number. And second is facial bones. Which are 14 in number. Now same thorax. Thorax contains sternum, 1 in number, and the ribs, 24 ribs, means 12 pairs, 12 on each side, 12 plus 12, 24. तो ये है ब्रॉड क्लासिफिकेशन. मतलब एक्सियल स्केलेटल सिस्टम के अंदर स्कल, हायोइड, ऑडिटरी ऑसिकल, थोरैक्स और वर्टेब्रल कॉलम आता है. अभी पहले हम अपेंडिकुलर स्केलेटल सिस्टम को डिवीजन देखेंगे और फिर उसके बाद देखेंगे हम डिटेल में कि वो 8 क्रैनियल बोन्स कौन से हैं, 14 फेशियल बोन्स कौन से हैं, 24 रिब्स कौन से हैं और 26 वर्टेब्रे कौन से हैं. तो पहले हम देखते हैं अपेंडिकुलर स्केलेटल सिस्टम. Appendicular skeletal system. It contains 126 bones. Appendicular skeletal system contains the pectoral girdle, upper extremity, pelvic girdle and lower extremity. In pectoral girdle, two bones, clavicle and scapula. Clavicle, 2 bones, left and right, and scapula, left and right. Total 4 bones. Next, upper extremity. Upper extremity contains humerus, radius, ulna, carpal bones, metacarpal bones and phalanges. Humerus are 2 in number. Ulna 2 in number. Radius 2. Carpal bones. Each upper limb contains 8 carpal bones. So 8 plus 8 total 14 carpal bones. 16 sorry. Next metacarpal. So each upper limb contains 5 metacarpals. 5 plus 5 10. 10 metacarpals. And phalanges 14 plus 14 total 28. This is total 60 bones. So upper extremities means right as well as left both contains 30 plus 30 means total 60 bones. Next is pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle contains 2 hip bones. These are 2 in number. Now the last one is lower extremity. Lower extremity contains femur, patella, tibia, fibula, tarsals, metatarsals and phalanges. Femur, right, left, so 2 in number. Patella, 2 in number. Tibia, 2 in number. Fibula, 2. Tarsals. There are 7 tarsals. So 7 plus 7, total 14 tarsals. Metatarsals are 10 in number and phalanges are 28 in number. So the total addition comes 60. So each lower limb contains 30 bones. 30 plus 30 is equal to 60. Now see this. Pectoral girdle contains 4 bones. Upper extremities both combinedly contain 60 bones. Pelvic girdle contains 2 and lower extremity left plus right is equal to total 60. अगर इनका एडिशन करें तो टोटल आता है 126 बोन्स. सो ये है ब्रॉड डिवीजन axial as well as appendicular skeletal system. अब हम देखते हैं कि क्रैनियल बोन, वर्टिब्री, रिब्स, उसके अलावा कार्पल्स, टार्सस कौन कौन से हैं और उन्हें अच्छी तरीके से और परमानेंटली याद कैसे रखें, उनके लिए निमोनिक क्या है वो हम देखते हैं.